Hi, and welcome back to Pixie's Projects, or welcome in if you're new. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today I'm going to do a challenge. I know what this looks like, so it's interesting. Here's our picture we're going to color. This is from Artistry by Lisa Marie, and I'll link all her stuff in the description. And then you can see we have a giant shopping bag. I'm trying to make it so you can see it good. It's huge. It's very loud. And it is full of Ohuhu markers. So, Johanna, I did not think this part of it through. I'm not happy that I had to empty my drawers out of their perfectly organized positions. We'll talk about that later, Johanna. This is a challenge for Random Marker Generator. And it originated with Lily from ArtJourneyUK, and Johanna did it and tagged me in it. So we have David here today from such video classics as the Coloring Scare tag and the Pastel Halloween tag.
Hi.
And he's going to pick my markers because if I do it, I'm going to cheat. So here's the bag. See it? It's all heavy and full. There's like 200 markers in here. David's going to take the bag from me. And he's going to find me 6 markers because in Lily's challenge, she colored a color by number mandala. Don't take them out yet, please. I don't want to see them and be sad before I'm sad. So she did a color by number mandala, but didn't like the color palette, so she did pick 6. And she picked 6 random markers and colored them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 as they needed to be. Johanna took it and complicated it more because she did a portrait picture from Zan Von Zed and did color by number. She did like a number for the hair, a number for the skin, a number for the clothes. I can't do that. So I've got this picture. I will get 6 markers. Oh, I knew Lily had 8. That's what it was. Because when I went and watched the video, and then Johanna had 6 markers and chose to have a gel pen. So I'm going to do that. I'm using my white Jelly Roll. And then she had a secret weapon, and it was Spectrum Noir, Sparkle, Dust, something. And I am... Oh, Winkastella. That's what it was. Thank you. See, this is why we keep David. He knows things. And then I am going to use this black Prismacolor Scholar pencil so I can shade something because I'll die if I don't. So, without further ado, I guess David should probably put markers on the desk. And I'll just weep silently.
Marker number 1.
Marker number 1 is number 26. Hold on one second. I'm going to grab my swatch book. So, no, we'll just use a piece of paper. I'm so disorganized. I shouldn't even be allowed to do this. Here we go. So here's our swatch paper. This is problematic a little bit because it's so pale, and as you can see, I'm coloring an image that is not supposed to be too pale. So we'll make it work. At least it's grayscale, right? I don't know if that's visible to anybody, but that is marker number 1.
Marker number 2.
Why am I afraid of this? I don't know where my pen went either. There we go. Okay, I need to mark these because I have to swatch everything. Marker number 2 is number 68. Unless you're like me and don't know, and it's 89 because Ohuhu does not label them in a way I can understand. And that is, well, there's some water maybe. So we'll put 68 for that. All right, scare me more. This is so far very pastel, David.
Marker number 3.
Slightly less pastel, 34. Yeah, okay, that could almost be a skin tone unless it dries bad. So 34. Pray continue, sir.
Marker number 4.
Marker number 4 is 159. Yeah, I'm sensing some pastels going on here. I got 2 more, right?
Yes.
All right, get me a dark one, would you? Just do it. Don't cheat, but use the Force and get me a dark marker. You like the Star Wars. Use the Force. Come on, do it.
Marker number 5.
That is not what I asked for. All right, we got number 45. We're doing good. I'm going to need that black pencil like nobody's business is what's going to happen. I've got a darker skin tone and a pastel palette so far. It's great. I like it.
And last but certainly not least, marker number 6.
That is, it's black. This is useless. This is 120 black. All right, so I'm probably working with 5 markers, a pencil, and a gel pen. You can leave the bag of markers on the floor and see your way to the door so I can cry and color this picture. And you can go back to work.
Yay.
Thank you so much for helping me get started.
You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Okay, so David has left my studio and left me to my own devices. Again, here's my photo with, it's made by Artistry by Lisa Marie. She's actually doing a coloring contest with this page. So if you go to Instagram and follow her, you can download this page for free, which is sort of why I used it. I wanted to give her a little buzz because it's a very good picture. She might not like what I do with it, but I'm going to try and color it a second time the right way for her. And as you can see, I switched out to my nasty, nasty, nasty cutting mat, and I'm ready to go. So here are my colors again, just in case you wanted to see them. And I have a white gel pen and a Prismacolor Scholar black pencil, which we'll see what we do. So I'm going to start with the water because we have a blue. We have a 89 or 68 in the Ohuhus. And I'm just going to get started. Okay. So yeah, when I watched Johanna's video, and I'll have her linked below as well, David was in here with me, and we were just enjoying the video, and then she finished her picture, and it was amazing. Like, it looked like Storm from the X-Men. It was gorgeous. So, in the beginning of the video, she tagged me, and she said it looked... She tagged me because I seemed to plan out my pages, and she was not wrong. I don't... You know, I don't plan down to the, like, the finest details, but I do tend to pick out a limited palette at the beginning. Like, I figure out, well, I always color, sorry, I'm having trouble talking and coloring. I'm going to work harder at this. Okay. So I have, I usually color items first that need to be colored a specific color because I'm literal. So if there's a tree, the tree is tree colored, you know, green and browns. And I do that with most everything. And once I get all the, you know, supposed to be this color stuff done, which is why I started with the water, because I had a blue and it's supposed to be blue. After I do that, I look around the page and see what my biggest object is. And I kind of figure out what color I want to do that. And then I go from there into like the smaller objects. But when I do that, wow, I'm having a real hard time. Sorry. When I do that, I start to develop a really limited palette. I just posted on Instagram a picture from Nice Little Town, and my friend Marcy had asked me how I got, you know, how it looked like the way it did, and I said because I limit myself to how many colors I'll put on a page so that I don't, because if it was up to me, I'd use like an entire, you know, I'm the kid in grade school that used all 64 crayons on one picture because I couldn't decide, or because they were all so cute, or, you know, have to use them all. So, since I've become An adult, I've tried to rein in some of that because you don't need every color. So a limited palette challenge I like. Randomly being assigned markers, yeah, like I was joking about crying, but a little bit. I mean, I have a fear of the unknown, so this is good for me. So yeah, I mean, I'm joking around and saying I have to put all those markers back, and that is true. I don't like that. But I couldn't figure out, because they're put away in color families, if I just told David to pick one marker from each drawer, it's too easy for me to get something that would have been good. So I think for the good of the channel, we just dumped them in a bag. But that was a little bit like, oh my god, I dumped all my markers in a bag. I'm hoping you guys have enough light too, because I didn't. I'm looking, but I can't tell. I swear I'm blind. So yeah, I'm gonna do this as quickly as possible because I'm very slow. And I don't want you to have to sit here all day while I color just this giant tealy blue area. I do feel like the light isn't enough. Hold on one second. Let me just try and come in a bit and not get... Oh! You don't even want to know what's happening over here. Okay. That's the light that you keep seeing going into the corner of the right side of the screen. This seems a little better. I hope I'm actually succeeding in doing anything better. And I'm just moving you slightly. Okay, back to the page. Don't remember what I was talking about now. I got centered on something else. I think it was about being slow. It seems to be the thing I talk about the most. I'm just really slow. So, we'll go as quick as we can and see what we get. I'm also afraid with markers because I don't often color with them. So I don't want to go crazy and then wind up outside the lines because they bleed too much. Although these don't appear to be bleeding hardly at all. Maybe this one's dried out or drying itself out at this point. I don't know. I'm so excited. David bought an inkjet printer for me for Christmas. So I can do this without fear of every black line moving. And I do enjoy that. I know if you watch CSmurfDooart, she just got a inkjet printer too. I was really excited for her because it's like one of the greatest things. It hardly uses any ink. I mean, downside, you can't print anything in color, but let's face it, all I'm actually printing are like important documents for bills and coloring pages, so I don't really need that. Let's see, what else has been going on? Oh, I went to the doctor's Wednesday last week. I don't know when I'm posting this, but this is like Monday the 21st of February. I think I'm posting this on Friday. I went to the doctor's last Wednesday, and I know, like, every video, excuse me, I'm moving my chair and it's going to squeak. Every video I've posted since, like, November, I'm just like, I don't feel good, or, you know, I have to pause the camera because I'm coughing or sneezing or sniffling. It's been a mess. But when I went to the doctor's Wednesday, I was telling him what was going on. You know, it was one of those regular checkup dealies. And I was like, no, you can't. They rush out of the room so fast. I'm like, you can't go anywhere. You have to tell me what's wrong with me. I'm dying over here. I've been sick since freaking November, and I'm done with it. Wow. So, you know, he did the, like, check all the bits, you know, stick something up my nose, stick something in my ears, that kind of stuff, and said, oh my goodness, you have a sinus infection, and it's a doozy. Great. So now I'm on antibiotics, so in another 8 days, I should be better, I think, or hope. Downside, they're like super antibiotics, apparently. I've never had anyone this strong. I forget the name of it, but he's like telling me to be really careful and, you know, watch out because I could be really nauseous. And I don't normally get, like, well, I don't know what the word is. Like, if somebody tells me something's going to do a suggestion, I'm not very suggestive. But yeah, I woke up yesterday and I just felt so bad. Luckily, I'm staying out of the whole I'm trying not to use this word, but nothing is coming back up. So I'm feeling very good about that. It just keeps feeling like it wants to. So it's like a low-level nausea all day long. And I have to take these pills twice a day. So, having a great time. You know. What else? I will link, I was just talking about Smurf and, well, Jojoza and Lily from ArtJourneyUK. I'll make sure they're all linked below so that you can go follow them. Because they're all awesome. And Smurf is, oh, this is going to sound silly coming from me. This marker is actually dying, so this is going to be like a filmed train wreck. Smurf is a relatively newer channel, which, like I said, it sounds kind of funny coming from me since I am also a newer channel, but you should really go check her out. She, is an artist who has gotten into coloring, and yeah, she does real quick little videos, so, you know, no sitting around for hours, which for me is great. I know a lot of people like longer videos. We each have our own little thing. I prefer things to be like, well, like my new coloring series, fun-sized. I don't want to... I'm trying to watch a lot of people, so if a video is really long, it takes away from the time I get to watch somebody else. So I want to give everybody an equal amount of time, and that's really hard when I'm watching like an hour-and-a-half long video. I don't know. I'm sorry for this, like, ASMR, but, well, not sorry. If you like it, I'm happy for you. This is not my idea of a good sound. And it's actually kind of sad because that's the end of the marker, really. I can hear its death, and I still got the top part of this wave to go back in on. I'm just trying to find lines wherever I can to stay in them so that I don't get those marker streaks, but I think I'm going to get them anyway because it's dead. So, yeah. I'm adding extra excitement to the challenge of the 6 markers. Like, can we make it to the end? I don't think so. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm really chatty today. I don't know what video I was talking in. I'm turning my page because I'm left-handed and I'm not going to learn how to... I refuse to learn how to color when it stays still. Because I don't like it. And I have to like what I do or I'm not going to do it. So, anyway. Yeah, but I forget what video I said it in recently. And it might not even be one that's up yet for all I know. I hope this is a wave, right? Because this looks like a mountain. I don't know. Anyway, sorry. But I don't drink coffee. I never really have because I don't like the smell of it. But I'm putting my hand in a giant wet marker spot. Today I accidentally, that's the word we're gonna, it really kind of was. I wasn't paying close attention to what I was doing today. I normally do. You know, I have some health issues, so I'm required to, like, watch my intake and things like that. Today, though, I had 3 Diet Cokes. So, yeah, I'm, like, hyped up. And I'm doing this video. It's, like, midnight. And I'm just like, I'll be here for days. I'm awake. Oh, please don't die. And the worst part is I saved, like, the very white spot for last. Oh, dear God. The whole table's shaking because I'm trying to force this marker to give up its ghost. Just give me the last little bit of life you have. And for whatever reason, if there's any life left in the thin end of this marker, it'll be a completely different color. Let me know in the comments if that happens to you, because sometimes I have something left in one end, the dark end or the big end or the little end, doesn't matter. And the other end will die, and then I'll be like, oh, you have the other end. I mean, I've learned. I'm not a complete idiot. I've stopped doing it, but I'll be like, just turn it over, and it'll be not what it was. It's something else. It's usually, the thin end is usually darker than the light end, no matter, or the thin end, let me do it again, is usually darker than the wider end, the chisel tip. That's what we'll call it. I think we got it, guys. I mean, it's a little iffy. Well, and we even went outside the lines. We put extra color on the paper. Okay, I wonder, I guess they just die in the drawer, probably. So like I said, I don't use them frequently. I'm just going back over trying to, I don't even know. I think I'm smoothing it out, but all you marker fans, let me know if that's even, if I'm on the right path or I'm just completely wasting time coloring this page this way. Because I don't use them enough to know. Like, my strong suit is pencils, and I thought about, well, I mentioned to David, I should do it with pencils because that's my favorite thing. Was I even in screen for that? I don't know. All right. But he was like, no, that's cheating. And it's not cheating, because Lily from ArtJourneyUK, sorry, did markers, and then Johanna did it, and she did markers. So I feel like he's kind of right. All right, so we've got this lovely woman and two pinky peach skin tones. I'm kind of thinking I want to save this orange for her hair because I think it would look really cool, except I don't know after doing her skin. I'm going to go with the darker one, which was, I'm so glad I wrote down the numbers, 159, and see what we get from that. Which is why I asked for my black pencil to be my secret weapon like Johanna did, because, well, she didn't use a black pencil, she used Wink Estella. Thank God David remembered. But yeah, I was like, I want a black pencil because then at least I can throw some shading on something. And then I will admit completely that I picked a grayscale page because I don't know what to do without pencils. So and I'm not good at grayscale either. I never understand. Like, I feel like I throw some this is actually kind of working unless it lightens up too much, but I can do it a second time, right? It's a little mocha color. But anyway, yeah, I don't know where I was saying. That's what I don't know. Yeah, guys, don't drink 3 Cokes in one day, okay? It couldn't have been too important. Oh, I picked a grayscale page because I thought it's just markers, and I never feel like I'm really good at, I don't know how to do her skin without messing up and getting those lines. Interesting. Because I know I don't want to color her eyes with this color. Well, I mean, I don't know, but I don't want the white part of her eyes to be this color. I just feel like I'm going to have a line in the middle of her nose. Oh boy. All right. Anyway. Yeah, I don't ever know how to color grayscale. I need to watch. Emma does grayscale a lot. Emma 2020. So I should try her. See what she can teach me. Because I also don't have a lot of grayscale because I don't know what to do with it. It always feels too dark. And I feel like the gray is always kind of there, if that makes sense. Like, you don't get rid of the gray color underneath. But who knows? This is going faster than anything I've ever colored. Y'all are probably sitting there like, this is taking for, I just colored her eyeball. Yeah, but you're all probably sitting there, this is taking forever if you're still here. And I legit think it's the fastest thing I've ever done. What I'll do is finish all the marker work and then pause the video and speed my way through the pencil and the white stuff, because otherwise you'll be here with me all night. Alright, so we've got a layer. I feel like I did okay. I don't see lines. I think I am picking up some of this color though, the inkjet, which is interesting because supposedly it doesn't move. But I've got like a little dirt spot from the marker. Or it's pulling up the paper. Not the paper, I don't know. That's weird. Okay. I am going to go over her lips with this skin tone. And try to come in with another one of these colors. And hopefully get not her skin tone for her lips. Alright, no one said I couldn't check things out, right? So, oh my goodness, could you imagine? I just did that right over the page. Okay, it's definitely picking up color. Look at all that black in there. Alright, if I do that, and then the orange one is 34, what color lips will she have? Not that color. We're not doing that. Let's try. 159 is what I used for skin. So slap that on there again. And then we'll layer it with the yellow. 45. I am totally off camera, aren't I? Move up. That is hideous. Well, let's see what it dries like. Maybe it's better. And I'm going to do one more and then I'm giving up and just coloring whatever I color. I'll take the blue, which is dead. Ooh, that might be nice. Alright, so I think the alcohol picks up the color underneath of it. I don't know. It feels that way anyway. I am going to take the blue though and give her blue eyes. Because I can. And we got that nice black marker so I can do her pupils. Because right now she looks a little weird. Oh, not the chisel. Oh my goodness. Could you imagine? Just straight in there with a chisel. Well, that's very bad. Okay. Wow. We'll be able to darken up her eyes with the black pencil and use some white jelly roll to add some highlights. Yeah, I needed to slow down on that one. I'm just coming back into her eyeball because I'll forget later. I'm just trying to get rid of where I failed her. And I don't know if I can use pencil over these, but we'll try. Okay, so she still looks kind of gray to me. But that is the color skin we had. And I can't really put another color over it because I think the paper is coming up. So, what am I doing next? If I take the lighter yellow and just kind of run that over her hair first, and then go back with the darker orangey yellow. I'm sorry, I'm probably right on top of this. So if anybody has marker tips for me, you know, as you're watching me try to do this, let me know. If you know why this happens, let me know. This ring of dry marker ink. Because I just don't know what that's about. I can't even ask like what everybody's up to because there's no like holidays coming or nothing. I hope somebody's coloring along with me. Not necessarily this page, but just anything. I hope you guys are doing what you want to do today. This color is hideous. Hopefully, between the orange, well, yellow-orange, and the black pencil, I'll be able to fix something I've done. We'll see. I am really glad that Johanna picked me to do this because I need to step out of my little box every once in a while and look around and do something different. You know, we all might regret seeing what I did. And poor Lisa Marie. I am, if you're watching, Lisa Marie, I'm coloring it again if it comes out bad. I won't just leave it bad. Nobody should feel like this is a representation of anything but her line art or grayscale art. All right, I'm going in with the darker orange, yellow. I have no idea how to blend this in, so I think you're supposed to do the dark first and then the light, somebody said. But I just want to, like, I don't know. I think I'm just going to go do the whole thing on top again. I legitimately don't know how to stop or what to come out from. Because there's no, like, I can't blend like I do with pencils. Huh. Alright, I'm definitely going to need to watch some marker colorists. So, in the comments, let me know anybody who you follow or watch that does really good marker work. Because I need to learn. I can't be putting on this kind of embarrassing display. Alright, this is at least better than the yellow. I wonder how many layers I can put on top of her hair before, like, right? It bleaches out, I think. I think that's what. And when I watch somebody who does color with markers, you know, sometimes they color with markers, but a lot of the times they color with pencils. Most of the time I'm just watching and enjoying listening to them talk about what they're doing, but I'm not learning because I'm not paying that kind of attention to it. Like, I have to actively decide I want to learn something, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember I have to pay attention. So yeah, I can't even, I don't know where I got the thing that it bleaches itself out, but I think that's true. I don't know. I don't want her head to look like, she needs a little baby hairs. You can't have this, like, it just looks like a helmet. Try the other side. Like, where's her wispies? Oh, they don't show up very well. But I feel better. You need your baby bangs. And baby hairs. And, like, make this line less even, perfect, because your hair doesn't look like that. And a little more wispies over here. Alright, I go really quiet sometimes when I'm coloring, sorry. Voice up. That makes me feel better about that hairline. I don't know about y'all, but I feel a little better. Okay, so she's some sort of gray tan. The hair isn't so bad. The color's a little much, but that's what we were given. And I want to take the orange. What did I see with the orange over the skin tone? That's not too bad. I like want to give her, I can do that with the pencil. Yeah, the pencil will do that. There's not really much else to do with the water. I don't really feel like it needs a background. So I'm going to stop here and come right back. So if you're watching intently, I'll be back in a second. So yeah, I'm just going to stop the video for a second and come right back. Okay, I'm back, and I'm here to do some stuff with the white pen and the black pencil, and I thought about, well, I said I was going to do, I gotta sharpen my pencil. I said I was going to do speed up on this, but I'm just going to finish it. I generally don't make long videos, so I think every once in a while it should be okay for me to do that. I know why I don't want to do them, but like I said, once in a while. And this was an incredibly awesome challenge, and I want to give it the time it deserves. Oh, you know what else I need to, like, I don't need to, but I think I want to pass it along, right? So I'm going to challenge, well, who will I pick? Let's do, and I haven't asked any of these people if I could pick them. So, of course, if you're watching, you totally don't have to do this. I did not think far ahead on this other than to spend a couple of minutes panicking over the fact that I was going to do something I don't normally do. See, now I feel like a little more comfortable because I have a pencil in my hand. But yeah, I'm going to challenge a Cluttered Life because she does like awesome marker work, and I feel like she's the kind of person who could work with just about anything. You know, whatever markers got thrown at her, she'd be like, yeah, I got this. She seems really like chill, so we're gonna go with her. And I don't know how many people everybody picked, so I'm gonna stop at 3 because I feel like I should have 3. It's the magic number, you know. So I'm gonna say, Smurf, you should do this. Yeah. Definitely Smurf. And if you noticed, I just, the video went in and out. It's because I had to cough again. So I try to shut it off so you don't have to listen to it. Because it's kind of annoying. But yeah, Smurf and Cluttered Life. And who will I pick for the last one? I think it should be Sarah from ChronicColoringDownUnder if she's up for it. Yeah. So Smurf, Sarah, and a Cluttered Life. I think the marker took away some of the skin, or the line art, so I'm just trying to add some definition back to her lips. Okay. And I want to darken this up. I just feel like she should have a heavy eyeliner. Well, that's probably just because I feel like that. Okay, she needs some eyelashes because I took them away with the eyeliner. Just want to get a little more of a point on my pencil. And then my blind butt will try to figure out where they were. She just had like the corner babies. There we go. Alright. We're getting somewhere. I don't hate it. And then this side. Alright, I can't see anything. Okay. I gotta go to the eye doctor very soon. I'm telling you, this like aging thing sucks. There we go. I think those look good for eyelashes. The shading's been done for me, so I don't have to, I guess. I'll go in here and just try to define some of it. I'm not going to go crazy here, but I just feel like it needs a little bit. Because I do definitely feel like I took away color. And when I tried to swatch the skin tone we picked with another color, when I laid down the skin tone, it definitely had black in it. So it clearly, you know, took away some of the ink, which I'll have to talk to David because we were under the impression that wouldn't happen. Yeah, that makes me feel better. Okay. It just needs like some definition in it. Tell me I was in screen for all of that, please. Because now I feel like I wasn't. And I'm just kind of trying to follow the darker spots that are already in here and shade them out a little bit. And picking the picture, I think, was the hardest part. Right up until I remembered there was grayscale and I should probably do that. And then it was easy because Lisa just posted this picture and it was so pretty. I think it's called, well, I don't know if it's called Wave Woman or somebody else was calling it Wave Woman. Like I said, she's Artistry by Lisa Marie. She's on Insta. She has a YouTube channel. Yeah, I like this much better. And she has her own website, so she sells through there. I feel like this part needs a little happiness. There we go. Okay, so now it's just the white work, and I don't think there's much to do because, like, I think I'm going to use the black marker because that's the one I haven't used. I think I'm going to use that to go around the outside of the half circle wave thing to darken it up, but I'm a little afraid to do that because it might be too dark based on everything else I've got going. But I feel like, well, I did use it for the pupils, so technically I've used all my markers. But I don't know. No, I didn't use the lighter skin tone either, the very, very light, paley, pinky peach thing. I might add some of that to her lips if I can. And then that way, I've used all of it. Alright, yeah, let's do that. Alright, I'm going to do the very pale number 26 on her lips. Because I feel bad that I'm not using all my colors. Not that this is going to add anything, I think. But at least I've used it. Yeah, the rest is the white work. So I'm going to pause you, do that real quick, and come back so you can see the finished picture. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so I went back in. I added white throughout the waves. I darkened up her eyes a little bit and added some highlights. I'm going to call it finished. I don't think it looks too bad. I'm going to make noise with my chair now and move a little bit so I can lift this up so you get the whole image in one shot. Sorry for the motion sickness if I'm giving it to you. So yeah, there she is. Like I said, I would have preferred some other colors, but all in all, I think she's done. I think she looks fine. I have no problems posting her to Insta. I'm not at all embarrassed by the work I did tonight. So thanks again to Lily from ArtJourneyUK for coming up with the challenge. And thanks again to Johanna from Jojoza Hanna for tagging me in it. And I'm going to see y'all next time. Have a great night. Bye.